Hello guys, boys and girls. My name is Kamyab Dedario, and I've created a very unique thing, a book called Legend of Myth, and I am going to input them on my YouTube channel. I am new on YouTube channel, so I hope to get your attention. I tried to input it on Amazon Kindle, but I couldn't. I tried to put it on blurb.com, but I do not know if that worked or not. So you can still go and check it out. Just type the name Legend of Myth and you can buy the online thing from there. But in here, in YouTube, it will be much more fun. On each video which I input, I am going to input 10 pages of my book inside of that video. I'm also trying to write the rest of the book, because this is only the first volume of it, the first faction, whatever you wish to call it. So it is hard. I might not be able to input video each day, but I will try to put them on my channel as much as I can. 10 pages in each video, and that will make each video to be 20 minutes, more or less. I do not know correctly. I'm going to input pages inside videos, and I'm also going to read them for you as best as I can. So this is all you need to know. This is a fiction, fantasy, children's literature book, my mythology even, and it holds high potential sentences, but I personally try to make it as readable as it could have been for kids and children. I try to make it readable for children. I try my best, but it's not as easy as it looks, so it takes time. I think that is all to say. Oh, one more thing. Some pictures that I'm adding to my videos. These pictures are, I know some of them from some places, but most of them I got most of them from internet, Google image, blah blah blah, but I do not know where they are originally from, but some I know. Some of them are from Darksiders, for example, Castlevania and Lord of the Rings, and whatever that is attached to the Lord of the Rings. Yes, so these pictures are not part of the book, but they might look like the book, but they are not part of it. They are just, I input them to make it more entertaining for those who watch the video. So, and yes, one more thing, there are some pictures inside of the pages of the book which I created them myself. I painted them myself. I thought I should be the one to illustrate the book and the story as well, because I understand them better than anyone. So those pictures made for A5 pages are inside the pages. Those are from the book, but others, like this one as you see in 1920 x 1080, they are not part of the book. That is all to say. So do leave me comments and tell me which way is better, or ask me stuff. I will try to reply. Let us begin. You will see the first page soon enough. The title is Legend of Myth, created by Kamyab Dedario, written by Kamyab Dedario, illustrated by Kamyab Dedario. All of them are me, of course. Created and published in 2019. So, I will start reading them for you right now. Some words from myself before we begin. What I've wrought is only a fantasy of my own mind, and is based on my fantasies. It is not my intention nor my creations to create a war mind or to oppose any other human's religious mind beliefs. This is simply just a book to tell a tale that might entertain people in certain ways and enable them to enjoy life more often and to help them reach deeper within themselves and their own minds, to help them understand things better and see the world as what it truly is. My personal intention, my goal, is to help improve the minds of each personality that lives, not to oppose them or their beliefs, or to even be a threat for their mind or religious beliefs. We all have a free choice, a free will to make. No one can force us to believe in anything that we don't want to believe. It is only us that can make that happen, but only with our own free-minded choice. Personal suggestions of mine is to see and pass on, to get entertained and enjoy that financing moment and move on to the next one, to see the world at its fullest, and to always know and remember there is always something better than this or anything like this. This is simply a beautiful creation made for entertainment, to help those who read it to feel things and see things more often, and of course to help them feel things more deeply within themselves and their minds and understandings. My deepest thanks for reading, for listening. A basic explanation of the book. The book is about what I fantasize about: the creation, art, war, demonic, angelic, between, world, apocalypse, change, existence, order, balance, rule, information and energy, and of course it is connected to the most emotions and sensations of human minds, and maybe does much more than just these. I should mention that I'm using some words that are wrong, that are out of the ordinary, out of the dictionary, that does not exist, but I personally happen to think that it should be as this, because it will make you understand the text or the sentences or even the ideas better. The book is literally about the story of the creation and how it came to be, and it will have its unique characters which are based on my own fascinations, and each of them will possess a unique different story of their own, but all things need a beginning, a source, and in this story our source happened to be a lightly creature which shall create worlds and beings and elements along with the rest of things, and the lightly one and those worlds and beings and elements will all be connected to each other in complete different ways and varieties, and all of them will play their own part, which will combine the book and the story as one. This lightly creature was alone, and that loneliness caused this lightly one to beget the creation, one after the other. Whether they were words or unique personalities of our story, one by one elements will be created, and one by one words and beings along with them. And you shall enjoy all of it slowly, part by part, as I have. The story begins with the lightly one, and it shall end with the opposition of the lightly one. A story takes its roots in different ways and varieties, and it circles upon different cycles, just like a tide in the middle of a devastating catastrophe. And it can turn to a complete different situation at any time. This is the story of the creation and how it came to be, built on my own fascination. But it will not stop there. It will go on to different varieties, which you shall learn by patience, listening, reading, and of course, enjoyment. I hope that you enjoy it as I have, and of course, I thank all of you for listening. Let us begin. Description of the book. Volume E, The Creating. Chapter 1, The Beginning. Chapter 2, The Jealousy. Chapter 3, The First War. Chapter 4, The Change. Chapter 5, The Anvil of Creation. Chapter 6, The Need and the Birth. Chapter 7, The Confusion of Immortals. Chapter 7, The Confusion of Immortals, Part E, and the Birth of Stars. Chapter 8, The Confusion of Immortals, Part Second, The Vast Travel. Chapter 9, The Confusion of Immortals, Part Third, The Deceived and the Departing. Chapter 10, The Confusion of Immortals, Part EV, The Wisdom of the First Mortal and the Mending. Chapter 11, Dracula's Conversion. Chapter 12, The Establishing, The Evolved Lands, Part E. Chapter 13, The Expressions. Chapter 14, Things that May Be Called Prophecy. Chapter 15, The Establishing, The Evolved Lands, Part Second. Chapter 16, The Awakening of the Lone Angel. Chapter 17, The Recapation. As you can see, I input the pages and how far they are in this book, but as I am inputting them on videos, I am fixing a lot of stuff and I am adding a lot of stuff to the book, so at the end this will be different. For example, it is 303 pages now, but when I'm done it might be 320 pages. So I will at the last video I will input the latest update of this page for you, of course. So give me a moment. I have it, I know. So the book literally begins from here. Volume E, The Creating. Chapter 1, The Beginning. Before there was spaces, elements, souls, universes, infinity, eternity, stars, entities, balance, order, laws, nature, mind, reality, essence, information, existent, energy, and even time itself, one of the most powerful and unique elements of the creation. There was only the void, a place, a dimension that the time meant nothing in it, a place empty of light, devouring, filled with shadows, with a devouring hunger for light itself. Within the void there was a creature, powerful and full of light. A blue light shined from it, something that seemed was a combination of both darkness and lightness, that produced a lovely light beyond all measures. There is no telling that how the void and the lighty creature came to exist, to be. Not even them themselves knew how. There may be that they themselves were spawns of greater species, or they had creators long gone, or simply they were just there without a source, within the consideration that on those moments even time did not exist. How can we know when they themselves did not? This creature felt a cosmic emptiness, a need. Perhaps this was its primordial core calling, their purpose, the final destination of their path, something that they would always reach and achieve, constantly. There is a saying of day, 'cause without the void, this achievement would not have ever been able to become. The lighty creature and the void, only together may they be able to create supremacy or life, or anything. So thus was that the lighty creature, standing at the void, felt loneliness, completely alone, and thus was that the lighty creature thought for the first time, the first thought before anything begot, before the creation and the birth of anything. And from his first thought came an immortal spirit, for eternal he was, pure of form, boundless to all attachments, even to the Light Divine itself, the one who is mighty and almost equally powerful to the lighty creature. But power, such as it is, can indeed be deceiving and capricious. The immortal spirit who shall be known as the God of knowledge and wisdom, the one who shall possess all the powers and abilities of the rest of the immortal spirits. Thus was that the mighty one were named Merk-Ar. Like the creature on that moment, named the species like him holy spirits, holy ones. But that name did not last as long as the Mighty One hoped. That name faded away in time, for each personality has a free will to choose who or what they want to be, and they shall make their choices within the experiences and learning in time, until they become who or what they truly want to be and are. This is the page you're seeing now, which I read. After this you must see a picture. You will see a picture. Then you will get to the last page of this video, which I'm reading now. Merkar, R meaning first thought, first one, or simply first, and Merk meaning something cunning, something changeable, interchangeable, deceiving and capricious, collector and diverting, something that there was and is, but may not be. Merkar was shining on his first moments, white as a star, glowing as a sun, scintillating like a falling star. Basically, he was representing a masterpiece, a perfection. Much of the knowledge was bestowed upon Merkar, for he was to be the first to stand alongside the lightly creature, and he was to be the God of knowledge, and he was to be the only one who knew things which none but himself and the lightly creature knew, for he was there before anyone was. Merkar did not possess a physical form in the void, but in the distant future he came to bear a beautiful face, an attractive face, a face which will make others to be drawn to him, a face which is desirable, a face that can create passion in others, sophistically, uniquely, passion within their minds and souls. He did not possess physical form in the void. He was in fact unphysical in the void, but in the distant future, when he shall possess his physical form, his physical form shall be big as a physical being, as strong and tall and powerful, muscly even. Without the exact sizing, he was 3 meters tall, and so were like him in physical sizing other beings like him. Many of the immortal spirits were like him in physical sizing, but there were also variety within them. Some were small and some were tall. The variety was within them. Some were even bigger than Merkar, and some were in fact smaller. After creating Merkar, on that very moment a vision came through the Light Divine. It saw spaces, wars, creation, children, species, and made so much more than just this. This vision might have been caused or even wrought by something or someone beyond even their understandings. Forces unseen, forces that none could have seen, or maybe even echoes of the past, long forgotten to be remembered by those who even lived it. Merk-Ar saw that his life-giver was hiding something from him, although upon that time it wasn't the intention of the lighty creature to hide anything from Merkar. In truth, like the creature was focused on some things that reached far beyond its core understanding. Something perfect, and it is indeed true. Nothing can be more satisfying and enjoyable as creating a perfection. But how may that be done? For nothing is ever truly perfect. You must see the results, the matter, through experience, through spending and passing, to understand your flaws better and fixing them with more aggravations, more improvements. So may they become truly perfect in time, and that may not be done unless there is a forwarding and a backwarding, something that makes everything move without you yourself having to move them. Thus was that the Lightly creature saw this need, and out of this thought Lightly One began to create the first element, the force of the creation, the time. Time indeed possessed ultimate control over all creation, as its purpose decreed it. So, that was long, I know, and it ended. This sequence has ended. I am tired because I have to do everything myself. I will try to put the next video as soon as I can. I will put it as Legend of Myth Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. You will find them easily, but Gabriel. Yes, that's about it. But I'm busy, I am very busy, and I cannot promise anything. But I will try to put the next video as soon as I can make it. So, as a farewell, I give to you this. I will have a toast to your blood. That is how he talks after all. And thank you for watching and listening, and do follow me or subscribe, whatever. Yes, I created a whole part of it, but I am creating the rest of it as well. I'm writing it, so I'm busy with that. Yes, and I know how to plan it out, so don't worry. I love you. I know it's inappropriate, but for watching and listening, I love you. And I should mention that this is only the beginning of it. When the story goes on further, it creates more situations, stories, different varieties. It has wars, telling the tale, even talkings, like his scripts. So don't judge it by just these first pages. Follow and listen to all of it, then judge whether it's good or bad. Thank you for watching.